our Lord, is on a totally different level than us. If I get to learn advanced techniques from him, it'd be an incredible opportunity that'll definitely change my life. There are two objectives for this swordsmanship competition. To help the northeastern nobles realize what the actual situation is like, and to completely train my subordinates. By the time the competition is over, the situation in the northeastern region will be quite a sight. We'll now start infinite competitions. Yes, my lord. 1 month, that's also for me to make my own preparations. Heavenly Demon, Baek Junghyuk, is an existence born from life or death crises. While I'm familiar with being in a crisis, it'd be foolish to bring unnecessary danger upon myself. My subordinates aren't the only ones, I too have to get stronger in this 1 month as well. Were you looking for me? I'm intending to go into isolated training for 1 month. Yes, my lord. Unless there's trouble within my family, I don't want to be disturbed. I'll be entrusting you to sell this sword off. While this sword's name was originally Flames, I'll be changing it to Blaze. I don't care how it's sold, but don't tell the buyer that I'm its owner. Ah. You can use the profits from the sale to fund the Intel Guild. A smooth blade and an incredible metal. This is definitely an incredible artisan sword. Why would he sell this? For now, I'll look around and find out where I can sell this. Since he said I can sell it in any way that I want, maybe I should try to auction it anonymously. Yes, if the buyer is someone who knows what a good sword is. Adelion, a city that has been able to go through thriving business developments thanks to the existence of the Warp Gate in the northeastern region. Yes, I'll be taking a look at your item. I can't believe this artifact is giving out a blue light. I guess this is a top quality item. This sword has extraordinary metal. May I know how you'd like to auction this? I'd like the seller's identity to be anonymous and for the bidding to be free bidding. Free bidding means that there won't be a minimum bidding amount. And there'll also be 10 processing fees. Will that be alright? Yes, that's alright. In that case, I'll proceed with the item appraisal. Please come with me. I'm Morris, I manage Adelion's auction house. Nice to meet you. The strength and sharpness of this sword is definitely top quality. It's pretty rare to see such a well-made sword. And the weight of this sword is also perfect, so I'm guessing that it was made by a great artisan. A sword like this would usually go for around at least 30 gold in the market. I'll be testing its mana receptivity now. Mana receptivity is graded from 1 to 10. It needs to have at least grade 3 and above for it to be recognized as a genuine artisan sword. How could this be? What just happened? Sir Morris, this sword has a grade 10 mana receptivity. No, it's at a level where it's pointless to even grade its level of mana receptivity. Even artisan swords would break if they aren't able to absorb mana well. But this sword actually amplifies the power of mana. Adelion Auction House, please make sure to participate in this round's auction. In the history of this auction house, no such item has been seen before. Rich people from the countryside and the capital are all here. I guess they've all heard the rumors. Today's main event. I introduce to you, the artisan sword, Blaze. If this was just another artisan sword, we wouldn't be putting it as the main event. The true ability of Blaze would be its mana receptivity. A rapier known as Needle was shown to have a grade 7 mana receptivity, and was auctioned off for a shocking amount of 300 gold. Blaze here has a grade 10 mana receptivity. And that's not all. It also possesses the ability to amplify the power of the aura that it absorbs. I've auctioned off countless artisan swords, but Blaze is an unprecedented sword. We'll now start the auction. The starting price will be 10 gold. Number 12, 10 gold. Number 29, 20 gold. Number 18, 30 gold. We'll now proceed in increments of 50 gold. Number 39, 100 gold. Number 41, 150 gold. Number 12, doubles it. It's reached 300 gold in the blink of an eye. Gold. Number 12 has bidded 600 gold. Number 53 has doubled the offer and bidded 1,200 gold. This is an unprecedented auction in the history of the Adelion Auction House. A character who operates a merchantry that's active all over the continent, someone who's accumulated tremendous wealth. Although he always maintains neutrality within the political fights of the central government, when it comes to items of excellence, he become a fighting cock that charges at his opponents. Adelian Auction House's VVIP, Marquis Valentino. At this point in time, no one in the Cairo kingdom knew how big a wave his bidding offer would cause just yet. Number 53 calls double, making the auction price 1,200 gold. This price is unparalleled in the history of the Adelian Auction House. The true value of the famous sword, Blaze, doesn't simply come from its mana reaction. It symbolizes the first ever destruction of the 10th stage that nobody has experienced. Famous swords and magic swords. A dilemma that every swordsman faces. To release aura to its full potential, you need to use a pure weapon. However, rookie swordsmen prefer magic swords as swords with enchanted power are more efficient. But to swordsmen that are ranked, famous swords that can release their aura fully have their own value. It is something worth purchasing even if it costs everything I own. If the blacksmith that created this sword releases a second, third sword to the market, the value of Blaze would rise as it will be labeled as the first. An artisan's collection is recognized just by possessing something that is titled as the first. The collector with a crazy desire of collecting, Marquis Valentino. In this field, opposing him will only do themselves harm, so nobody could act recklessly. Gold. Number 53 has won the auction with 1,200 gold. How can I help with the payment? I would like to pay now. This way I can see Blaze sooner. Alright. It's exactly 1,300 gold. The price is 1,200 gold. You think I wouldn't know? 100 gold is my personal gift. Just a way to give back from a regular customer. I see. Appreciated, Marquis. Instead, can you tell me who the blacksmith of this sword is? I would like to meet him. That would be difficult. Apologies. In that case, it's too bad. Thank you for understanding. No problem, it would be a natural choice for the auction house. But if that blacksmith sends another item for auction, please alert me first. Sure, amazing. It's a masterpiece. The smooth blade and the ability to react with mana. I collected many famous swords but have never seen one like this. From now, find the blacksmith of this sword using any method needed. From seeing that its first trade was at a Delian auction house, for now, it would make sense to check Dimitri's master blacksmith. I will do as you order. Marquis Valentino didn't wish for anything great. Just pure desire, that's it. During a month of intense training, many things were happening outside. That was a reckless attack. I lost. The efforts are great but the technique is lacking. Don't forget that your opponent is waiting for your deciding move. I will keep that in mind. Next. From the 6 places, the people good enough to go are me, Kevin, Vulcan, and Pookie. The rest 2 places are vague. The sky is shaking. A fortnight ago, I fought to the end when I first met Butler. Could I have made it alive? The reason I was able to win in the end was because I had time to prepare for the attack. If I didn't have that time, I couldn't have handled the stage Sora. Arrogant choice and differences due to past life memories. I still haven't accepted fully that I am a Roman Dimitri. In my past life, I could beat anybody, but that's not the case for this life. In future fights, things like this could repeat. It's impossible to survive in fights between the strong like this. Not just Butler, but even if I met a stronger swordsman, I need to exist without being shaken. That's the peak. As the sun rises and sets, the act of pounding the steel in front of the furnace was repeated. The face turned bright red and the burning skin started to melt. Roman's body kept sending signals saying it was at its limits. But his eyes didn't even flicker. Everything has to be reborn. Even me, and the blade that will take me in. Fame recreation. I swallowed the flame and took in the mana inside. Using the medium of sword and fire, Roman's body was progressing toward its ideal shape. The second metamorphosis. Roman has once again started to face changes. I have laid the foundation for entering a new realm. PFFF. Alright, let's do this. From now I will face 2 butlers at once. The sword of the heavenly demon separates into 3 stages. First half trichotomy, mid-trichotomy, second half trichotomy. Until now, I could only use the first half. But now, after 2 metamorphoses, things will change. If I go through the third metamorphosis and become able to use the second half trichotomy, I swear that not a single person will be able to oppose me. With the conviction of Baek Jung-hyuk, the heavenly demon who was called an absolute master. Now that I can use the mid-trichotomy, I am able to defeat 2 butlers. However, is it really right to act the same as my past life? The operation of aura that the swordsman of this world emits like an explosion momentarily, it exerts even more power than Murim's refined inner power. Depending on the situation, depending on the person, I don't need to accept the way of this world. I will destroy the common sense that the present life's aura operation method is completely wrong and find the halfway between the current life and the previous life. Heavenly Demon Sword Style, Mid-Trichotomy. After earning another life, I thought my life wouldn't have anything special to it. The Heavenly Demon Sword Style has accepted a new method and now has a completely different direction to it. This also means that the Heavenly Demon Sword Style can progress even further. Please, in this world, I hope there will be many unexpected events. Appear endlessly and test me, and threaten my life. The challenges this world pushes to me, will be the driving force of my life. Life as a Roman. Although I have started from the bottom again, I will tenaciously climb to the peak. Lord, are you alright? Did something happen? What is this? How did T? Nothing happened. He didn't even use magic, but the whole area got demolished. Go back, I am fine. Yes. We will head back. When a human faces a wall that they cannot dare to be overcome, they freeze in awe. Chris was also one of those weak humans. Chris, what have you been doing the whole time? Lord has already progressed another step. V.MXW. While my Lord was endlessly overworking his body to progress, what was I thinking to be complacently looking after my subordinates? The sword fighting competition that is coming up, I cannot have enough from just winning. I will defeat my enemies with an overwhelming difference. 1 month later. Beautiful. What would be a good name? Salamander Blaze. If the earlier swords meant a new life, I would like my third sword to symbolize my present self. An existence that puts the enemy in despair. Yes. Your name should be Darkness. As your word, for the past month, we have carried out battles in 3-day intervals, leaving records. The results, we have selected some swordsmen with a high win rate. Here is the list. Chris, Vulcan and Kevin. Pookie, McBurney, Henderson. I expected the first, but the last are surprising. Is it okay to proceed like this? Yes, proceed. Except, I think that a meaningful loss doesn't exist in this world. As this is a competition held under the name of Roman Dimitri, prove that you are an existence worthy of me. Alright, I will be looking forward to it. Ha! Are you participating in this competition too? Obviously. A whole 100 gold is on the line. Do you know how desperately I returned? I'll show you how scary a sort of a mercenary from the front lines is. Watch out. Don't be cocky just because you're a mercenary. I hope you get into Chris's group and get smashed from the start, you bitch. I hope you get into Kevin's group then. Dude. Kevin is a straight-up ghoul. Well, that's that, but have you seen Vulcan and Pookie? Their physique is no joke. Yes, I did see. But it's such a relief, we just have to avoid them in this competition. Oh, please. Let me in a good group. Soon after, all 6 groups of the sword fighting competition were announced. The joys and sorrows were clearly divided about the group selections. Out of anyone, I have to go against Chris. Of the Northeastern Federation, Noble Baron Lolo. Baron Lolo, there is no need to be so distraught. That's right, aren't your bloodline swordsmen also excellent? You don't have to give up and lose your motivation already. I can't believe they let out that one-armed bitch McBurney. It seems that the winner will be from our bloodline. Okay, everyone. The survival of the Northeastern Federation depends on this competition. I will make sure that our bloodline wins and will lead our federation to victory. Yes. Let's destroy Dimitri. Or overthrow Dimitri. The day of the competition. I can't even forfeit this because the Federation is watching. Max, don't overdo this. There is no reason for you to get hurt. Lord, believe in me. From the moment that I chose to participate, I have put all of my efforts just for the victory. Chris is amazing, but he's a 2-star swordsman just like me. So there is no reason for me to cower out. Max, alright. Go fight Chris with no regrets. However, if I feel like you are in danger, I will surrender instead, thank you. This is a chance I need to leave a good impression on the Lord and the audience. I will leave an impression and make sure to prove myself. What is this threatening aura? Group 1, match start. Second. First round has ended. Chris of the Dimitri bloodline has won and advances to the second round. No way. This much of a difference. Vulcan of the Dimitri bloodline. Pookie of the Dimitri bloodline. The rumors were all true. Of those 4 are unbeatable. Now our only hope is. After the announcement of the groups, Henderson is representing the Dimitri family in the competition. Henderson from the Lawrence family. That's not possible. The Henderson that I knew of couldn't even swing his sword properly. He was born a farmer, so just how did he get chosen to participate in this? The 6 people that represented Roman. Everyone had their views on each of them, especially the Flash. And Devil. Of Cairo, Chris and Kevin. Because many had seen their skills in person, they wanted to try and avoid a fight with them. While with Vulcan and Pookie, not only were they mercenaries before, they also had a much stronger body than others. That caused people who looked at them to tremble in fear. Compared to those 4, McBurney and Henderson, a one-armed swordsman and a former farmer, were considered pathetic. And it's pretty certain that Henderson is considered to be the weakest among them. Did you hear that Henderson also peed in his pants during the recruitment for soldiers? That coward. The guy who got into the same group as Henderson sure struck the jackpot. Group 4, first round Roman. Is there a special reason that we need to go through so much trouble to organize this competition just for us to set the pecking order in the Northeastern region? While hosting such a competition might make us look friendly, the nobles of the Alliance Association don't really intend to follow us. Even so, this is a necessary process. The Northeastern Alliance Association has far too much confidence that they can deal with Dimitri by their own strength. If they come to realize that they can't even climb the walls of Dimitri, we'll be able to bring their minds into submission immediately. Then the Northeastern region will truly be in our hands. Group 5, first round. Henderson and Taylor, please come forward. To think his first opponent is an aura swordsman. It's basically over. There's no way Henderson can defeat Taylor. Long time no see, Henderson. Vagrant swordsman and former member of the Lawrence family jailer. It's good to see you, Taylor. The last time I saw you was when I went to help with the farm. To think you'd give up your farming tools and appear in front of me as swordsman with a sword in your hands. Henderson, I'll give you advice since we are acquainted. I've been able to reach 2-star recently after obtaining a special enlightenment. This is the last chance I can give to you as an acquaintance. There's no need to see a one-sided bloodshed because of an unnecessary fight, is there? Give up on the fight. Please forget the Henderson that you remember. The moment you try to go easy on me. I will not let go of that chance and will make use of it to defeat you. I hope you don't regret this. What a heavy attack. This isn't just imitating an attack or something. I've resolved to do whatever it takes to become worthy of serving my Lord. The me of the past, unlike the others around me who manifested aura quickly, it took me quite a lot of effort and time to sense mana and manifest it. Even if I'm slow, I still work hard. And advance forward. Knock what? I didn't want to use aura against him, but... Sorry, but I'll end this fight now. When you first came to look for me, you were just a weak human. But now, you have changed. In the past month, you desired victory even more when the others accepted their defeats. If you had given up back then instead of challenging yourself and forgotten about it all, then your life wouldn't have changed at all. Henderson, you've earned the right to stand by the side of our Lord. I guarantee you that. Ah. It's my defeat. Group 5, the first round's winner is Henderson. That's seriously Henderson. He won against an aura swordsman. Wait, he used to be a farmer, how is he able to use aura? Didn't he take more than a year to sense mana? Henderson. 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 I think something's strange here. Didn't you say that Henderson would be the weakest in Group 5? Henderson couldn't possibly become the winner of Group 5 at this rate, could he? Everyone, maintain your composure. Please trust in me. The final winner will definitely come from the Northeastern Alliance Association. Next, Group 2's Kevin. I was slower than Chris by 5 whole seconds. Whenever anyone asks who is the sword of our Lord, people would always reply, Chris. I shall now prove my value to our Lord in my own way. Group 2, second round, start. Miles, drive him into a corner. My opponent is the Devil of Dimitri of Northeastern Alliance Association. I must go all out from the start. You damn rat. Please, please. Just let one of my attacks land. Kook. It's a fake sword, but its impact is crazy. I have to dodge. Can I win against a monster like that? Miles. I surrender. I surrender. So, please. On the other hand, as for Kevin, we kept you waiting. Group 2's Kevin has won and will be proceeding to round 3. He proved his own worth by crushing his opponent's will to fight. Before the first round started, as all of you know, this competition is hosted by young Master Roman. It's also one where Chris, the ex-Knight Order Vice Captain, is taking part in. I want you to see how your senior does in this competition and learn from him how you can improve yourself as a Knight of Dimitri. Dimitri Knight Order Captain Jonathan. Yes, sir. Chris from the Dimitri family has won and will be proceeding to the second round. Whoa. Wasn't that far too one-sided? Chris has become so much stronger. No matter who my opponent is, I must overwhelm them completely so that none shall dare to covet the position of my lord. Group 1, second round ends with Chris' victory. This isn't good enough yet. Fourth round. Second round, 5 seconds. Third round, 8 seconds. Fourth round, 10 seconds. When did Chris get so strong? Just what on earth have you done to Chris, young Master Roman? We made the right choice to give up. He is simply too strong. Compared to going out and getting humiliated unnecessarily, it's better to just give up first. But would Pharaoh be able to defeat Chris? That's impossible. Chris is on a totally different level than us. Even so, he should be able to last for 10 seconds, right? There's no way he'd go down even quicker than the previous challengers. Nay, that's not possible. Well, I bet 1 silver that he'll last 30 seconds. Both participants, please come to the center. Honestly, I'm not confident that I can defeat Chris. But if it's just holding out, I'm confident of that. Let's hang on for exactly 1 minute. Just by hanging on for just 1 minute, people will start to notice my existence. Last round of Group 1, start. What was that? That was insane. I didn't even see him swing his sword. With this, Chris has become the victor of Group 1. Everyone, please cheer and give a round of applause for the winner. The time taken for Chris to fight 5 rounds was only 27 seconds. That result was enough to send the Northeastern Alliance Association into horror. Group 1, Chris hastened victory. Kevin came out the victor due to his overwhelming ferocity. Group 2. Group 3.4, Vulcan and Foka defeated their opponents with their overwhelmingly strong physiques. Group 5, Henderson broke everyone's expectation of him failing early on and seized his unforeseen victory. The only hope left for the Northeastern Alliance Association is facing the one-armed McBurney in Group 6. Gabriel, how do you feel right now? The secret weapon of the Conrad family that we've put all our efforts into training since he was young. Good, as you should be. Gabriel is a 3-star swordsman. Since aura isn't allowed in this competition, it looks like it's fair on the surface. But no one can win against the stark difference of abilities between them and a 3-star swordsman. McBurney, you got real lucky and got to round 3, but it's now over. Roman Dimitri. Bear in mind that all the other swordsmen of the Northeastern Alliance Association have been defeated. You're the only one remaining. Don't show any pity just because your opponent is one-armed. I want you to go all out and completely trample him, Gabriel. Yes, sir. As if I'd lose to a one-armed cripple. TSK. His sense of balance is totally off since he lost an arm. To think a commoner knight like him who couldn't even dream of becoming the knight of a family when he had 2 arms would take part in this competition, which is the pride of knights. After losing 1 arm. Start. I don't even need my aura. I'll show him just how tall the wall of reality is. In order to stop this attack, he'll definitely have to dodge to the right. The fact that he uses only 1 arm means that one of his sides is totally exposed. It's over. What the hell is with this strange movement? Kook. Bastard. His sense of balance is not off in the least. He didn't make it to the 3rd round by luck. He's intentionally using the imbalance caused by the lack of 1 arm. The basics of all sword techniques are about using one's sense of balance. Although losing an arm is fatal for a swordsman, the left-arm sword art is a sword technique that transcends that fatal crippling with a unique movement by making use of the imbalance. The creator of the left-arm sword art was also one-armed like you. I wonder how he came up with such a sword technique. Was it because he was special? No, unlike you who gave up on reality, he kept trying to find a new path and was able to create the left-arm sword art as a result. I was just a cripple that was nothing. This hope that I've barely caught a hold of. I swear upon the name of my lord that I'll take the win in this competition. My life as a swordsman isn't over yet. Go McBurney. Roman Dimitri. I'd like to sincerely thank you for giving me a new life. The swordsmen of Dimitri claimed victory in every group. Those in the Northeastern Alliance Association were just full of words. The Northeastern region now rightfully belongs to Dimitri. With this, the reputation of the Northeastern Alliance Association has fallen to the ground. Since when did Dimitri become so strong? Just. What kind of a monster did we mess with? Even if the central government lends us their strength, there's no way to guarantee we'd win against those monsters. Viscount Conrad, what will we do now? Ha! Do you really need to ask? Now that all the swordsmen of the Alliance Association have been defeated, we'll become mere henchmen. Let's depart for now. Those guys. They weren't that strong in the past. Just what did Roman Dmitri do to them? Incredible. In a reputable swordsman family, there's always the first swordsman, so strong that his reputation would spread throughout the continent and the leadership ability to lead and groom swordsmen. The perfect first swordsman. Roman Dmitri climbed up the ranks to be a ranker all by his own strength. Do you know what that means? The first swordsman that shall lead Dmitri to become a reputable swordsman family will be Roman Dmitri. The direction where the swordsmen of the northeastern region is headed is clear now. If they want to succeed as a swordsman, they'll have to swear loyalty to Dmitri. Great job, everyone. Among the people who swore loyalty to me, there are some who need my strength, and some who respect me, while there are others who have no other choice left. I don't like complicated human relationships. We could forge a tight relationship with just emotions. But I think the most ideal kind of relationship would be one where we have something to give to one another. Because there's something you want from me, our relationship will be able to continue without any wavering even after a long period of time has passed. I look upon those desires to grow stronger of yours in a high aspect. Don't forget that. All of you are chosen by me, Roman Dmitri. So, never doubt yourself. I never doubted for a single moment that you'd come out victorious. Lastly, I'll reward 10 gold and 3 days of leave to each of you. I hope you enjoy these rewards thoroughly. Thank you, my lord. It's truly our honor to serve you. We swear our eternal loyalty to you. After checking out the movements of the Alliance Association, they have given up on clashing with Dmitri as you anticipated. They probably won't dare to go against Dmitri again unless an opportunity arises. It's impossible to have complete control in the world. Even if a wise ruler reigns over a country, there'll exist people who still go against him. Since we don't know when we'll get into a conflict with the central government, we must reduce any losses that the northeastern region will incur as much as possible. That means the Northeastern Association Alliance is a necessary evil. Right. We've provoked the Northeastern Association Alliance and forced them to face reality. Next would be to use power to subdue power. Lucas, proceed with that. Are you still unable to find those rats? North Kairos big shot Count Douglas. My apologies. We managed to subdue the bandits in the vicinity, but we were unable to find the slush fund. And because Viscount Barco died while running away late in the night, the only person whom they can get back that money from disappeared from the world. Count Douglas, who fell into despair, remembered one thing. The confidential slush fund of the Barco family. Count Douglas, who got to know about the slush fund from his meals with Viscount Barco, hired the Black Moon and was able to find the slush fund. But as they were transporting it, they ran into a group of bandits and it was all stolen from them. It's impossible that a mere bandit group would be able to abscond with that many gold bars. Even if you need to search through the whole northeastern region, do it and find those gold bars. That's what we need to get back from Barco. No one else is allowed to take them. My lord, Black Moon is here and said they've found the whereabouts of the gold bars. What? Let them in right away. As a result of staking out the black market after the gold bars were stolen, we were able to find out who stole them. Black Moon leader Donovan. So, who the hell was it? The thieves weren't bandits, it was the Northeastern Alliance Association. What did you just say? At first, the ones who ambushed your troops were indeed bandits. However, they ran into the soldiers of the Northeastern Alliance Association coincidentally and were attacked by them. The soldiers who defeated the bandits then took the horse carriage that had the gold bars in it and made off with it. I'm certain they realized that horse carriage belongs to you, Count Douglas. As evidence, I'll show you the gold bar that appeared within the black market. The serial number is the same as those from Barco's slush funds. 500G. And we've confirmed that the servant who was sent to the black market with this belongs to the Northeastern Alliance Association. Those damn bastards. If I hadn't told him this, they'd have committed the perfect crime. But you brought this crisis upon yourselves when you made my lord your enemy. The Northeastern Alliance Association, Count Douglas. You guys would never have dreamed of. The kind of change that was brought about within the Black Moon. Black Moon, that was already highly reputable as an intelligence guild within the northeastern region, had already been absorbed into the house sect that is led by Lucas. It is now an organization that follows the orders of Roman. Contact the Northeastern Alliance Association right away. I'll be shredding those rats that dared to steal my money into pieces. Count Douglas is the beast of the North. If our relationship with him is strained, I don't know what might happen to us. That's right. Don't we all know what Count Douglas is like? What on earth are you all saying right now? Barco's slush fund doesn't only belong to Count Douglas. We also lent money to the Barco family. We too have the right to take what we lent him. And isn't Count Douglas the one who tried to secretly take all the slush funds for himself? So, we mustn't be the ones who bow our heads to him first. Is it really okay to say that? That's not what's important. Are all of you able to give up the money that you took? From now on, we must be of one voice and corner Count Douglas by arguing about how he made the first move to take the slush funds. Since these things are already in motion, we don't have a choice. Let's do that. Let's follow what Viscount Conrad says. I agree, my lord. We've received a magic call request from the Douglas family. What the hell is happening? You were the ones that stole my money. Please explain yourselves immediately. Count Douglas, please calm down first. We understand why you're so angry right now. But we, too, lent money to the Barco family. That slush fund doesn't belong to a single person. The situation would be different if you had promised a fair allocation to everyone, but weren't you the one who tried to steal it all for yourself? First, the flow of that conversation was perfect. I managed to point out his faults clearly. With this justification. You dare say all that nonsense after stealing my money. That's all my money. From the moment I discovered that slush fund, the rights to that slush fund belonged to the Douglas family. Count Douglas. Please calm down first. Shut up. I will contact the central government and request a territory war with all of you. Let's see the dregs of the northeastern region gang up together to stop us. I'll show you clearly just how pathetic the Northeastern Alliance Association has become after you've lost the protection of the Barco family. Ha! I think we're in deep trouble. My lord, just as you've guessed, Count Douglas declared war against the Alliance Association. Count Douglas is the kind of man who doesn't back down once he's said something. Everything's going according to plan so far. Although, Viscount Conrad, that man isn't the type that wouldn't cover all of his bases. So, if Count Douglas takes even more drastic measures, he'll definitely raise the white flag even if it means he has to abandon his pride. I want you to spread the rumors everywhere starting now to make it so that Viscount Conrad can't back down or run away from the fight. When he's finally driven into the corner, he'll probably be able to throw away that insignificant pride of his. What do you mean? I'm saying the situation within the territory seems pretty tense right now. The Northeastern Alliance Association is preparing to attack Count Douglas County right now. What did you just say? Attack. My goodness. So, we'll need to close shop for a while. What he said was real. Of course it is. I heard it directly from a servant of the Conrad family. After Viscount Conrad's call with Count Douglas, he had a fit and broke all the furniture around him. Based on what I heard, he's determined to crush Count Douglas. If the war does happen, wouldn't we get dragged into it? There were rumors spreading all around of the ill intentions that the Northeastern Alliance Association harbored against Count Douglas. The ones who started the rumors were the merchants and the servants. Those who lived on the lowest tiers of society, had all belonged to the house sect. I was going to let you guys off if you crawled and asked for forgiveness. But what did you rats say you were going to do to me? Summon everyone here now. I swear upon the name of my family that I will never forgive them. Count Douglas. We did nothing of that sort. We can't go to war. We were even thinking of compensating you in terms of money so that we could seek your forgiveness for this incident. So please calm your anger. All the rumors that are spreading around don't reflect our intentions at all. Viscount Conrad, do I look like I'm blind to you? The reason I'm contacting you now isn't to negotiate. I'm here to declare war on you pathetic bats that only act for your own profit and crush you thoroughly. Go ahead and struggle all you want. This is really bad. Count Douglas is going to drag even the citizens into this. We can't win against him by ourselves. Let's try contacting the central government. Count Fabius, please help us. Yes, I understand that you're in a tough spot, but the central government is unable to help in this. And isn't the Alliance Association in the wrong here? Resolve this matter yourselves. We're done for. We can no longer avoid going to war, sir. Roman Dmitri is requesting a call. What's the matter? I heard the Alliance Association is in trouble. He obviously called us only to ridicule us. I contacted you because I wanted to know the truth so that there won't be any misunderstandings. What? He's not ridiculing us. Pardon. Oh, the truth is that in the past few days. So then, what do you intend to do? One of the northern forces is about to barge into the northeastern region. Pardon. I can't just stand by and watch, can I? Wait. Are you saying you want to help us? No matter what happened between us, Dmitri will not stand by and watch as trouble brews within the northeastern region. He won't stand by and watch because the trouble is taking place in the northeastern region. If the two of us fought, Dmitri would stand to gain the most though. Just what on earth could he be thinking? If you're able to let bygones be bygones and help us this time around, we're willing to do anything you need after that. This is not the time to be holding on to our pride. If he joins hands with us, we'll be able to greatly reduce the losses we incur due to the war. Honestly, it makes more sense for us to not help the Northeastern Alliance Association. But I don't wish to lose the bigger picture just because I could gain a small victory by not helping. For the sake of Cairo's political scene, we need to join hands and work together. Dmitri and the Northeastern Alliance Association will have to coexist in a fenced-up area known as the Northeastern region, after all. This can't be. He's really doing this out of goodwill. My request is simple. I want us to bury the hatchet and for you to show me that you'll work together with me after this incident. If you give me your word, then I'll definitely help you in this crisis of yours. This is so ridiculous. Dmitri was originally just a commoner. Family that we looked down upon. To think they'd look like an amazing leader to lead the northeastern region. After giving all of you time to thoroughly discuss among yourselves, I'll contact you again. A few days later, Count Douglas, once this war is over, we'll have to be clear on who gets what. Haha. Of course. I would never call you all the way here for trivial nonsense. After the Barco family fell, the northeastern region has seen a split internally, and they're basically a fallen sandcastle right now. Someone needs to take over such a good land, don't they? Yes, you're right. Hahaha, I thoroughly enjoy that. Everyone thinks that Douglas is just a beast that doesn't use his brains, but he doesn't attack his opponents recklessly. If he's going to fight, he'll make sure he increases his chances of winning to the maximum. That's how he has survived this whole time. I couldn't move recklessly against them when they were being protected by the central government. But I can now make even the territory lords of the North join in the war. The Northeastern Alliance Association without Barco's backing are nobodies. They're now a pie that people can come and claim. I am Count Douglas. I want your commanding officer to come forward and speak to me. It's not the designated time yet. Please wait for a little longer. Well, you look like you have all your people here already. Why waste your efforts in a losing war? No one will know until we really fight, do we, Count Douglas? Someone is approaching. Looks like they called for reinforcements. Your flag, Dmitri. What is Dmitri doing here? What other reason could there be for us to appear on the battlefield? Just like how you've summoned all the lords of the North, I'm simply leading my troops to assist the Alliance Association. Shit, Dmitri used the excuse of me getting the help of the other lords to join in the war. Wait, Roman Dmitri. You never told us he'd be here. If you had told me about that, I wouldn't have come at all. Ha! Count Douglas, we are ready. That brat. I will now give the Northerners a choice. Close combat or simple all-out battle, how would you like to proceed? Shit, I can't believe Dmitri is joining the battle. Now that I've declared war, I can't back down either. But an all-out battle with them would result in complete defeat. Even so, it's not like we can choose the close combat battle. While we have more troops compared to the Northeastern Alliance Association, Dmitri is a fearsome foe who was strong enough to put to rest the Southern Frontlines battle. What on earth should we do? I'd like to propose something. How about I fight 3 swordsmen at the same time? If you're really that worried, I'll even increase that number to 5. What? Yes, I admit that he's strong, but to think he'd propose something this absurd. I hope this war can be settled with as little mess as possible. What do you say? Give us some time to think it over. Let's accept his proposal. He might be strong, but there'd be 5 of us. Do you think the strongest person from each of our families won't be able to defeat just one person? But still, that's too dangerous. That's right. Because the fact that he defeated Butler means that he could be a 5-star swordsman. Do you think I don't know that already? What other choice do we have? No matter what we choose, we'll have to face that monster. The twin swordsmen under me have defeated a 4-star swordsman by fighting together. I'm sure he's as strong as the rumors say. But this is an opportunity for us, since he's making a reckless decision just to show off his strength. If we end his life while he's running rampant and unaware, we'll be able to completely devour the northeastern region. All right. We'll go along with your decision then. Perfect. I'll make you regret acting with such arrogance, Roman Dmitri. The battle this time will be 5 against 1. Ventil and I shall approach from either side and aim for his blind spot. I want you guys to attack him while we're drawing his attention. No matter how exceptional he is, the moment he launches a counterattack, he'll still have openings. The 2 of us will land the fatal strike. If you provide support to the 2 of us, you'll be able to receive fame and wealth together with us. Yes, sir. Everyone, to your positions. Begin. Ventil, it's time. Okay, let's go, brother. Take this, Roman Dmitri. He defeated the twins, with a single counterstrike. When I heard that Count Douglas declared war, I had various thoughts. The people who always tried to talk things out when the Barco family was still around, why didn't they try talking to us at all? The northern lords, including you, Count Douglas, looked down on my family's existence. And so, I was deeply disturbed by that fact. Right now, I give you the last chance to withdraw from this fight. Would you like to just fight it out normally instead? A normal war. If we do that, countless of our soldiers will die. I'd rather only sacrifice those 5 instead. A rule is a rule. Since we've decided to go with this, we'll see it through to the end. If that's what you want, we'll proceed as planned then. Wait a minute. The fight is already over. How about we end the fight here now? To think the warriors of the north would raise the white flag like cowards. I will give all of you a handicap by not using my sword. Now, do you feel like fighting a little? Don't regret the decision you've made. Damn it, if we back down even after this handicap we'd be the shame of all swordsmen. Fuck. I don't care anymore. We should be able to do something to him now that he's without a sword, right? Let's go for it. Aye. S. Urin. Any objections? None at all. Thank you so much. I look forward to our partnership going forward. If we had chosen an all-out war against Dmitri, we would have been the ones cut down instead of them. Just as Roman has planned, the hierarchy of the northeastern region had been made clear to all. A few days later. My father has given me full authority on this matter. Does anyone have any complaints? That being the case, I have news to announce to everyone present. Everyone, do you think that the Cairo kingdom is headed in the right direction? When Hector invaded the southern front, the thing that caused me to have the most headaches wasn't the war with Hector, but the enemies we had on the inside. The commanders of the southern front didn't trust my words. And while the executives of the central government were having unnecessary power struggles, the southern front had fallen. If it weren't for me and my soldiers, Cairo would still be fighting a war with Hector right now. The central government would probably ask the soldiers of the various regions to become cannon fodder. If the current Cairo that's being controlled by the government faces another war, different from the nobles that have lost their soldiers, the nobles of the central government would continue to maintain a strong grip on power and influence within the kingdom. There's a need for us to face the reality of what actually brought about the war. The reality is we're being treated unfairly. And so, I believe there's a need for a new change. Just like how the nobles in the capital make use of the central government. To enjoy power and influence, what if the northeastern region all worked together and protected each other? Once Dmitri begins to make a move, the central government will not give me much time to execute all my plans. This is why I need to unite the northeastern region into one. When that happens, the central government won't be able to make any reckless moves either. If the nobles of the northeastern region work together, then we'll truly be able to have a greater say in things even when we're dealing with the central government. However, if we exclude regions like the Lawrence territory, then the northeastern region is actually quite barren. The families in the northeastern region mostly import our supplies from the other regions. If we go against the central government, then there's a high chance that we won't be able to get those supplies. I'm aware of that. Our businesses are directly linked to the central government. Unless we break that cycle, the nobles outside of the capital will have no choice but to be under the thumb of the central government. But if everyone here agrees to join hands, then I'll be able to solve the problem of rations at the very least. This is the future development plan. The northeastern region has more mountains than other regions. Especially in the Dmitri territory, we have endless mountain ranges. And that's perfect to use to fend against attacks from enemies. For starters, I'm thinking of making a large fortress where people can take shelter in. After we reclaim the mountains, I intend to use it to plant crops so that we can be self-sufficient. Is that really possible? It's not that easy to perform reclamation on mountains. Yes, it's possible. In my previous life, the heavenly demon divine cult's base was a perfect fortress that could withstand several years of the Orthodox Murim's constant attacks. It was located in the 10,000 mountains region with mountain ranges that were more than a few hundred kilometers long. The Dmitri territory has similar terrains and mountain ranges as the 10,000 mountains region, and Dmitri itself also has plenty of blacksmiths. I wonder if this is all a coincidence. Or is it fate? As you can see, I've marked out the areas that can be reclaimed, and reclamation has already started for some of the areas. This will likely take a bit of time, but once we succeed, we will obtain enough strength to not stand down when confronting the central government. This is really impressive. Both the reclamation plan and the blueprints for the fortress are extremely detailed. He was just making a suggestion, but he's very clear on how this ought to proceed. The Lawrence family shall follow the opinions of Dmitri. We will follow as well. The same goes for the Conrad family. We will follow. Finally, I will now name this alliance, the Dmitri Alliance. The northeastern region is in the hands of Dmitri. The Dmitri family that Roman is leading right now is going in the right direction. While I feel sorry towards Rodwell who has been working hard, Roman has become an existence that no one can replace. The moon sure is bright tonight. In the past month, Marquis Valentino spent his days in frustration. I have never sent any of the swords I made to the auction house. If it isn't a master blacksmith of Dmitri, then who could the artisan that made this sword be? I did not make this sword. No one in Cairo is capable of making such a sword. This level of technique can't be found anywhere throughout the continent. Marquis, we received a report that mentioned someone witnessing a similar sword as Blaze among the possessions of a Dimitri's master blacksmith. What? Bring me to the Dmitri estate right now. May I know what brought you here? I'll cut straight to the point. A month ago, I bought a sword known as Blaze at the Adelian auction house. Yes, you mentioned that in your letter. Based on what I can see, Blaze is a literal treasure. I'm certain that the artisan who created Blaze, a sword that's capable of taking mana perfectly, would be the best artisan in Cairo. And this is Blaze, the sword that I've mentioned. I knew it. Looks like you recognize it. I've received a report that said you have a similar sword to it among your collection. Oh. I'll show you the sword. Please wait for a moment. A collector like Marquis Valentino would probably recognize the value of that sword. The name of this sword is Salamander. I can feel the chills on the inside just by looking at the sword. I'm certain of it, this is the masterpiece of the artisan who made Blaze. As you would have guessed, the same person made Blaze and Salamander. More accurately, Salamander was an initial product, and Blaze was made afterwards. Salamander was the first sword. I'm really bringing this topic up as cautiously as I can, but could you sell Salamander to me? I'm sorry, but this sword is not for sale, it's a present that I received, and I hope that you can understand my feelings as a fellow collector. Did you just say it was a present? This wasn't made by Hendrik, but a present given to him. This means he knows who the artisan is. Was this perhaps made by the retired Baron Romero? No, it wasn't. This sword was made by the eldest son of Dimitri, Roman Dimitri. The youngest ranker of Cairo made the best sword of our kingdom. The story within each masterpiece matters greatly. If the person who made it is just an artisan, then the value of it would be judged by the results. But what if it was made by the youngest genius? Swordsman of the kingdom. People will look at the sword in a different light, the value of the sword will increase, and just the scarcity of it will cause the price to escalate tremendously. I want to meet with Roman Dimitri immediately. Here's my chance. Chris, that was a good one. But such instantaneous bursts would inevitably create openings. So, you must have a card up your sleeve that can definitively ruin your opponent's balance. Yes, my lord. I'll bear that in mind. Next. So this is how strong Roman Dimitri is. He was also the hot topic within the kingdom recently. He, who defeated the number 2 ranker of Hector recently, what rank would he receive? After seeing him in person, he seems to be stronger than what the world thinks of him. Someone like him being a blacksmith in the Cairo kingdom, he might be the most talented person in our continent. Young master, you have a guest. I see. I am Roman Dimitri. This is the hand that forged Blaze. I am Valentino. The reason I'm here is because of Blaze. That's the Blaze that I entrusted Lucas with. In order to find out the artisan who forged Blaze, I've mobilized all the resources and manpower of my family. Are you truly the person who forged Blaze? Marquis Valentino. The wealthiest man in Cairo Kingdom, whose nickname is known as the Greedy Collector. Someone who possesses the strongest troops among the neutral forces. He possesses absolute influence over the commerce of Cairo, and his wealth is capable of destroying the balance of power. But he's shown firm resolve in keeping the balance of power between the 4 factions. What an interesting man. That's right. How I forged Blaze. So it was indeed you. What an honor it is for me. I put in great effort to find you. When I first saw Blaze at the auction house, I felt such a huge shock, it was like I was struck by lightning. Dimitri is the sacred ground of blacksmiths. May I ask if you got your talent in blacksmithing from your father? Oh, and if it's okay with you, could you show me the sword that you were holding just now? Sure. Both Blaze and Salamander were unprecedented and incredible artisan swords. However, the level of this darkness, where intense darkness resides, is on a whole other dimension. Every time he makes a new sword, he'd show tremendous growth. Just how much more powerful would the swords he'll make be? Sir Roman, may I suggest a special proposal? My conditions are simple. Firstly, if you're going to sell swords, then please give me the chance to purchase them. Secondly, when you make a new sword, I'd like to be the first to see what kind of a sword it is. The time and place doesn't matter at all,